do it this way. What? I'm from the land down under.
Hello, everyone. This is Scratch and Drac from the Amazing Scale Modelers Across the Pond Hangout. This is probably the first and last hangout we're going to have. I'll explain later as to what that means. Amazing Scale Modelers is a Google Plus community of all scale modelers of all sizes, shapes, sizes, interests, genres, skill levels who'd like to share their tips and tricks with one another, learn more about their craft, and perhaps celebrate their scale modeling achievements. Boy, changing the name is really hard. Amazing Scale Modelers is perhaps the fastest growing or the largest Google Plus community of this kind. And you know what? I haven't even looked at the latest member amounts, which is what?
1709.
1709, right?
1709.
Yes. Yeah. Well, thank you, Heath. And joining us is Heath, of course.
Yes, I'm coming to you from the land down under, and I'm getting incredibly slick. Maybe I should.
Boy, this is one hell of. I haven't even practiced this introduction the first time. Anyway, joining us today are members of Amazing Scale Modelers, and some of the best stalkers and trolls of the internet can offer to talk about scale modelers. And start with my Google left to right, of course. I can't ignore it. I'm usually going to start with Bob, but I'm going to start with Heath. Get you out of the way. How you doing, Heath?
Oh, I'm very well, thank you. A little less hair on top tonight.
Yes, you shaved it a week or two ago.
Yes, I'm going to have to shave it again.
And why did you shave your head?
To stay cool in summer.
In summer, yes. It is now becoming the Australian summer.
You notice the mane comes back in winter.
Uh-huh.
So, I have got absolutely nothing on my bench because it has been
too hot.
Too hot to do anything.
Oh, I hear you. I hear you. But I was telling you earlier, I sent you a package, and I said it was over 5 pounds.
Jeez, that must be a big model.
Well, it is a couple of models, but that's not what weighed it down. In fact, it's something that's going to make you heavier.
Okay, all right. I'm not saying anything there. If it's going to make me heavier, I might as well go up to the moon.
Well, moving on.
I have been a busy boy, though.
Yep.
I mean, probably the only time I'm probably going to be doing any modelling is probably Thursday night, because I'm here.
I didn't get that.
We get it first, before the rest of you. Star Wars, The Force Awakens.
Oh,
we get it before the rest of you.
Yeah, because you're like, what, 14 hours ahead of us.
Yes, 14 hours ahead. So
Midnight.
when you get it on the 18th, it'll already be the 18th over here.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know. When it's the 17th over there, it'll already be the 18th over here.
Well, okay. You can brag about having the best Olympians. You can brag about having the best culture. And you're bragging about seeing Star Wars first.
I have to see it first. This is a very important one for me. 30 years ago to the day.
Well, I'm really curious. I'm really curious how well Jar Jar Abrams is going to do on this. Jar Jar Abrams.
I have complete and utter faith. As long as he doesn't screw it up like Star Trek, I don't care.
Well, you know, he was.
30 years.
Well, he should know how to do better because he was in the first movie. His name is Jar Jar Abrams.
But the reason why I say it's an important one is because 30 years ago, in 1983, I went and saw Return of the Jedi. So, as you can see, I'm 40 now. I was 10.
Boy,
I was 10 when I went and saw
2017
Return of the Jedi.
40 years. Oh, holy crap. 40 years already for that. 40 years of merchandise.
Hey?
That makes me feel old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Randall.
Star Wars, the first movie.
Well done. Well done too, Randall.
Well, you know, Randall, the reason why we're all talking about Star Wars is it just gives us a few more scale modeling options. That's the only reason why we're talking about it.
Oh, you got this.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I got your Millennium Falcon.
The smaller version of the Hasbro.
Hasbro.
Yes. This is probably a 1/44th scale.
For all of you who, there's the other Hasbro one. For all of you who are wondering why we're toys, is because scale models are toys. Did I say something?
What's that? Oh, good God! What size is that, Randall?
That's the little snap type Revell one from years ago. But
oh my God!
I re-weathered it.
Mine dwarfs mine, mate.
There's the real size. Earring.
Well, let's get into a pissing contest here. I have the fine molds one.
Yeah, that's the same size. That's the same size as this one.
Yeah.
It's still the fastest attack in the galaxy, though.
How you doing, Bob?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Do you have a Millennium Falcon you can show us?
I do.
Oh, he does! He does!
So first, let's do this one.
Oh, I got the Viper.
Oh!
Yeah.
Nice.
Very nice.
Empire stat markings.
Ooh, very nice.
Oh, it's lit too.
Oh, and it's all lit up too.
Yeah.
Cool.
There's
Very
more.
nice, Bob.
You ready for turbos?
Door.
Yeah.
Oh.
Whoa!
Hey, you might have warned us we got a bit of sunglasses.
I'm only running on 6 volts right now. I don't have a 9-volt power supply yet.
Nice.
That's very
It's
nice.
actually good for the camera. You have a lower voltage because it's been way too bright.
The lasers work, Bob?
Next time they will.
Okay.
I've
Very cool.
take down and spend the $50 on casting resin so I can make the lasers light up.
Nice.
So I'm working. Just started on my Stearman.
Ooh,
Nice aircraft.
very nice.
Since you asked.
Okay, he disappeared.
And speaking of aircraft, shall we talk about Randall's little winner?
Well, we will be. Yes, we will be.
Oh, good, good, good,
Gonna
good.
save the best for last, of course.
Of course.
Okay.
Well, but hang on. Ken, Randall. Oh, yeah, Randall's car comes after Ken.
So, since we were comparing Millennium Falcons, let's talk about James.
Oh!
Hold on.
That's the one.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Hasbro one. That's the one I've got.
Okay. Bob wins on sheer size.
Bob wins on size.
You know something? You can consider that a frisbee. You know, a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, a very big frisbee. You do know that they're coming out with, for that Hasbro one, they are coming out with this radar dish.
Oh, the new one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll never forgive anyone who changes Millennium Falcon. That's like changing the Holy Grail for the Christians.
Lando did scratch it.
Okay.
What
Well,
would your bird look like?
okay. Moving on. James, you're working on the Millennium Falcon.
I am.
We're just full of Millennium Falcons, aren't we?
You know what?
Yeah.
The star
Okay.
of the movies is not Luke. It's not R2D2. It's a Millennium
It's Millennium Falcon. Okay. So I finished off the right mandible.
Ah.
Ooh, James, that is. I saw photos on this afternoon, and that is awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Let's
awesome.
screen share. I'm going to screen share this.
Do you know the detail on that?
Something that needs to be screen shared.
Oh yeah, now I see where the middle part goes in.
Yeah.
Like that part there. When it's in between the two mandibles.
Yeah.
I see that. Yeah. It's very nice.
If you zoom in on the mandible edge, you can actually pick out all the little pieces that James put on.
Yeah.
And that look.
Look at the detail.
Yes.
Oh yeah, those conduits for the last parts that go on.
This here.
All the little piping, yeah.
Look at the detail on this thing.
Better detail than some kits.
Well, now that's impressive. Is that the underside or is that the top, James?
That's the top side.
Good God. And you had to make all that?
Yep.
I wouldn't have the patience for that, and yet I've got to pay for Millennium Falcon. Don't forget.
I mean, if you're not into Star Wars, you can certainly appreciate this paper model, the detail that it carries, and the amount of work and patience. This is that's not the interior, the inside of the mandible.
Yeah.
No, that's the cargo arm.
Yeah.
James, I am thoroughly amazed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thoroughly amazed. I've never seen a paper model with that much detail on before. Never. And that's my honest opinion. Never.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun to build so far. And saying with this one, let's see if I can get that in there. Okay. So there it gives you an idea.
Oh, geez.
The cockpit.
Oh, my God. That's...
Wow.
That looks awesome.
Wow.
That looks awesome. That really does.
Yeah, that's you're really taking a lot of time and care with that build. It's just amazing to see you evolve on that build.
Oh yeah, you just can't. It can't be in a hurry. Yeah, everything's got to just do it as the time it takes.
And James, I have to say it. I have to ask the question: what type of radar dish are you going to have? The original or the Force Awakens one?
I'm not sure yet. It comes with the original, but I could adapt. I could adapt the Force Awakens one, which is actually the standard dish for the YT.
Yeah. Yeah. See, we don't want to upset Jack. You see.
Well, no, I mean, I just think does it really matter which one it is? I mean, when it's finished, it's
I'm
finished.
just asking a question. I'm just
But
asking.
the only
a
thing
question.
different from I can tell is the radar dish. That's the only thing I can see that's different. I don't see much of
Well,
anything.
we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, but anyway, I think all of us have a model of some kind, right, Jamie? You've got the Millennium Falcon in some form, don't you?
Yeah, I've got the cutaway version.
Oh well, we're all showing off our Millennium Falcons.
Oh, mine's a box.
So how you
It's still in
doing?
the box.
You're in the middle of a move, from what you're telling us.
Yeah, I am. Yes. Just after Christmas, you won't see this anymore. It'll be a different room because I've just got myself a house in the house. I'll be moving soon.
I'll let the cat out of the bag. The next hangout's going to be on January 2nd. That is a Saturday.
So last time over the pond hangouts.
What's that?
We're still having over the pond hangouts.
Oh, okay.
Not from your cryptic clues. We're ending the over the pond one.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
From your cryptic clues, I thought you were ending over the pond hangouts.
Oh, people think that I am. In fact, Lou, he couldn't be with us today, says it sure sounds like it's the last one. Well, let me explain. I mean, during the 48-hour hangout, the members, there's a number of members that said, you know what, let's change who we really are, because we really are the scale modelers, not necessarily plastic, because we all do other forms and other mediums like paper, like balsa. So Amazing Scale Modelers just came naturally as a name. And really, it was a number of members during the 48 Hours Hangout that decided on the name. I'm like, that sounds pretty cool. So everything was set up. And the reason I'm saying this the first and last is the first one under the Amazing Scale Modelers banner and the last one this year.
I see.
Oh,
Anyway,
so it's it's time for Christmas break.
Anyway,
Time for Christmas break.
I've got a couple of things to show you, which is new and come in the post, which I'm really fascinated. I'm really amazed by. First of all,
here we go.
no. First of all,
no, here we go.
wait. First of all, I finished this. This is done.
Hey!
You finished it.
So it's all finished. So
Hold it still.
Under the sub. So I'll just give you that. So I'll just turn it on.
Now, you didn't break it this time, did you, Jamie?
No, I didn't break it.
Hold it still when you hold it up.
Hang on, give me a sec.
Ooh, hello.
Nice.
Ooh, very cool.
Nice.
I love the inside. That was brilliant.
Web cameras have a habit of not focusing. Yeah, pull it out a little further. It doesn't have to be so close. There you go. Now show
What
us.
about back up.
There you go. Ooh.
That's awesome, Jamie.
So it's finished.
Brilliant.
That's really nice. That is amazing.
Well, that's
It's
the
amazing. It's astounding. Get on the band.
So I've just got the timber around the side, and that's all done now. Now, the thing I wanted to show you is I had a couple of things through the post today. Now, the snow speeder, and these things are called the trunk monkeys, as you know.
Yeah.
And I had some things in. I ordered some things from somebody called the Shack, not Radio Shack, Model Shack, and he did these for me. He does these, and I think they're a lot better. And they're
wow.
exact side. I don't know if you can see the face of the detail.
Is this the one you're talking about, Jamie?
There you go. We can see it.
But you
Very
get two,
cool.
and they're the exact size to fit in the MPC kit. Now, while I was talking to him, I mentioned the fact that I was let down by Simon Merck's so-called person who did the Gunstar figures. And I was talking to this guy who made this character, and I said, "Oh, I'm doing a Gunstar. By any chance would you have to make the Gunstar figures?" He says, "No, but I'll have a go at them for you, and then I'll probably produce them." So he came with this. And I think this is really, really, really... Now, he did it out of his head.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wow. Put your hand behind it. Put your hand behind it. Okay. Cool.
And he's done me two of those to fit into the Gunstar chairs.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my God.
Really cool. So, there you go.
That's awesome, Jamie.
Hey?
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the reason I mentioned it is because if anybody else has got the Gunstar, you can contact that guy, and he's doing these as a mold, and he's selling them. So, there is somebody out there now who's doing the Gunstar figures.
Your snow speeder, Jamie, is that the NPC one? Because I've got the NPC one too.
Yeah, this one. Those two characters for the episodes, they're built for this.
Oh, yeah, that's the one. Yep, that's the one.
Yeah, I built that. It's a fun kit. It goes together real fast.
I mean, if you compare them to that, there's no comparison. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, I mean, the figures look like they're taking a clap. I mean, I've got the high advanced one here, and Vader looks like he's taking a clap.
And the best of it is, those characters who does these, you get two for $6.
That's not bad.
No.
$6?
Yeah, it's really, really good. And I thought, you know, I'll show you guys on them because the guy's done a really good job on them. And I thought, you know, give somebody a shout out who doesn't get much of a shout out. And if you're interested in this guy's stuff, then contact him.
Cool.
Well, that's about where I'm up to.
Very cool. And and you said you're moving by the end of the year. You'll be moved out. Is that right?
I'll be moved out by the 28th of January. So,
the 28th of January. Okay.
So I should be all right for a little while, but after that, the internet's going to go.
Oh, really?
Yeah, until I move to the new house.
Oh, all right. You're going to go dark for a bit. Okay. Yeah, I understand. That makes sense. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, I hope everything goes well for you in the move because I think statistically speaking, it's more stressful moving than it is a loved one dying on you. Because it's a whole new environment, it's change of everything, the routine is different, and I hope the best for you, of course. So
Yeah.
Uh,
Nagging, well, wanting to go where I want.
can I just ask a question? Jamie, my sympathies if you've lost someone, so...
Say that again.
I haven't spoken to you in a long time, Jamie, so... I'm just saying, like,
It's not. No, I haven't lost anybody like that.
he's moving. I said it's more stressful moving than it is losing someone he loves. Oh my God.
Okay, sorry. God, I'm down. Look, I'm down under. Okay.
Anyhow, yeah, I'm be looking forward to seeing shelves behind you with all your builds.
Yes, I'm going to put shelves up in my new place. So instead of having the shelves here, I'll have them at the back here, wherever the room is.
Yes, because that beige wall, well, it's a beige wall.
There's a box on there. Oh, you know.
So how you doing, Ken?
Doing good, Jack. How are you?
No, I'm all right. I'm actually having a good time. Are you?
Not bad.
Anyhow, I'm not going to screen share because this is something that somebody has to actually go online and check it out on our community and even on your page. This Battlestar Galactica that's sitting behind you. And somebody said, "Is that a kit?" You're like, "No, scratch build, of course."
That should be a kit.
What?
That's awesome kit. That is awesome.
Yeah, it would make an awesome kit, but it's actually scratch built. Now,
You're telling me
one question I have for you: How many gigs of reference material do you have for this thing? Because it's very detailed and it's very good.
Yeah. Just a few pictures I found on the internet.
Just a few pictures. Okay.
I went on. I made her by the old monogram kit.
Okay.
Scale.
How accurate is the monogram kit?
I'm not sure.
Anybody?
The old one's
It's not that very accurate.
the new one, the Mobius one is
Huge.
Mobius one? Yeah, I would think the Mobius one would be. But how long is that thing behind you?
That looks like a studio scale.
4.5 feet.
4.5 feet.
Oh my God.
That's a very fast studio scale, wasn't it?
Ken, the thing I love about your Battlestar Galactica is the fact that being so big, you'd think you'd lose some of the detail being that big because the detail is going to be bigger. But I am totally amazed that, you know, as you get close to it, some of your pictures I've scanned in, and there's so much detail on that. You don't lose anything at all. And it's amazing. Mate. It really is really good.
It's a lot of kit parts gone into that one.
Yeah, you said you're using you're using other kits to do the detail, like what?
Tanks and transport trucks and cars, boats, whatever I can get my hands on.
A lot like the original.
Yeah, it's not. It's the shape of it is same as the original, but the detail would be different because there's no way I could find the right kits for that. Right? It'd be too expensive. So I just use what I had and try to come as close as I can, and you know, as long as it look good, it's fine by me.
I'm just going to have everybody go on to our community and find you on your page, look at it, because I have to say this is what I aspire to do, is what you're doing, and it's going to take me a long time to get to that point where I have the confidence to do that. But you've had a lot of years of experience too, just the same. So yeah, that's good. That's good stuff. I just can't. I'm just overwhelmed when I look at it.
I'm in awe. I'm in awe.
But the other day I said that you just must have, like, never mind, I'm not going to say the word, but no, you said you spent quite a bit of time on it already.
It took me I think it took me almost a year to complete it. Well, it's not complete. I'm just finishing up to now, but to the point where I had it took me over a year to do it.
So yeah. That's certainly cool. Well, that is a lot of detail on there. There's a lot of stuff put on there, trying to imitate the utilitarian look of Star Wars. But maybe, like, well, let's talk about, well, not just the detail. How long did it took you to do the base model?
I think about 6 months.
6 months. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
That's a lot of freaking
He's
too.
quick, Jack. He's quick.
Yeah, it is. Well, you know, I was just messing around with some styrene to do a stand. I'm going to show you my build right now. Of course, it's right there, but you know that's what it is. I'm just putting together this big X. It looks like a St. Andrew's cross, actually. I'm just putting the pieces of styrene together and really getting the fun out of it. Just giving that look, like an I-beam look. And it's like if I had like unlimited amount of styrene to play with, I'd probably build my confidence in doing this. Because styrene, the way I'm buying it, is too expensive. And where would you buy your styrene?
I buy mine in a 4x8 sheet.
4x8 sheet.
4x8. 4 feet wide, 8 feet long.
Yeah. So you get it at a plastics manufacturer near where you live.
Yeah, I think it's a place where they sell it like this. They use it for making signs and that, like they print stuff on it.
Oh, really?
Signs, yeah.
Uh-huh. And how thick would that styrene be, though?
How thick?
How thick, yeah.
You can get 0.020, 0.030, 0.040, 0.060, 0.080.
Oh, all thicknesses.
Different thickness, yeah.
Okay.
I used to use 0.060.
Uh-huh. And you said it's a lot cheaper that way. Of course it would be. So I got to look it up where I can find it near here, because I'd love to do the scratch building like you. Because I have something in mind myself to scratch build. Something that will be that big, 4.5 feet long. So
just check out the place here. They make like signs and stuff like that for buildings, and they should have.
Oh, it's like a sign maker, you're saying?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that would
Do you
work.
think of doing that 350 scale Excelsior, Jack?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking of, the 350 scale Excelsior. I think the Excelsior is one of the spaceships that just don't get its credit due, you know.
No.
I mean, Jack, going back to Ken, I mean, he's here there, so I can't talk about him, but I've asked Ken to do me, as you know, this base of the monsters, which I'm going to commission him on to do for me when he can fit me in. Basically because, you know, he's already done it. He's done me this start thing, and it's fantastic.
Uh-huh.
You know, and it's like, I know I'm going to be impressed even though he's not even started the monsters base. You know, I've got no worries about it not being great. Like, you know, it's just amazing what it turns out. It's just amazing.
Oh, right. And I'd say the community is full of people with their own. The one person that comes to mind right off the bat is actually Keith, who's moving from Tasmania to Queensland. He does a lot of figure painting, a lot of the vinyl stuff. And he was a cover like a week ago, maybe less than a week ago, cover of the community. Spider-Man, and if you went into his page, you would see the Green Goblin there too. Amazing paintwork, just the paint itself. Now you got Ken here with the structural and the detail of the auto building, and then of course you got the paint that Keith does. Yeah, this community is full of amazing modelers, and we can learn from each other. And I would just love to just visit your shop and just sit there and watch you do something, because that takes not only does it take the know-how and the detail work, even the structure itself of the Galactica. It's because the angles are crazy. It's not like a regular cube. It's not like a regular pyramid triangle. It's, you know, it's all these different trapezoids and rectangles coming together, and that's the thing I want to learn from you, is how not necessarily cutting those shapes, but building the thing underneath it that holds it all together. That's what interests me, what holds it all together underneath. So you do there's a lot of styrene underneath all of that, obviously.
Yeah.
There has to be.
Make a framework, yeah.
Yeah, you got to make a framework. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'd like to learn how to do. I mean, sure, that's the fun stuff, actually. I think, anyway. But I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's like you're going on about Keith. I was asking him for pointers. He's doing the Shield Maiden, and he's coming along with it pretty good. And I was asking for pointers on how he's painting stuff, and he's giving me some tips on that. But I'd also like to, while he's on, I'd like to say, Randall, marvelous build you did there.
Yeah, we're going to get there. Hi, Randall. Saving the best for last. Before we talk about yours, no, I'm still going to save you. Hold on to your horses. I'm going to share my recent build first, and then we're going to talk about Randall, so he can take the cake from here on out, or take over the show. In homage to the movie coming out, I did the MPC X-Wing, obviously. This is the flight display one, and I broke the clear disc. Don't ask how I did it. So this is what this X is about, is to create a stand for it, but I'm not sold on it just yet. But this is my X-Wing that I done just recently.
Nice.
The decals came whole. I had to tear them up, and it's an easy thing. You just apply the decal, squeeze the water out from beneath it, and get an X-Acto knife and start picking at it, and remove some parts of the decals. So let's turn it upside down.
I think
that's all.
Jack, I think the NPC kit is slightly better than the Vando kit, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I got my pilot in there without a face. This is I only got one kind of wash. It's a black wash. In person, it looks very greasy and oily. I would have liked to have done it with a brown wash. So I'm going to, next time when I order my paints, I'm going to order like 3 different kinds of washes, because yeah, look, I think it looks great on camera, but in person it looks a little darker and a little oily, grosser, I guess would be a better way of putting it. And also, too, I broke the guns, too. I broke the guns. There's a couple of guns there. Here's a crooked one. Because I broke it and I had to glue it back together again. But that's what I've done recently, and in anticipation of the movie, I got another 3 kits, X-Wing kits. So one I'm going to light, and another one I'm going to, just do a whole fleet of them. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. And I think next I have the TIE Fighter, the AMT TIE Fighter. I got to wash the parts first before I get started. And the AMT TIE Fighter kit, it's not easy to, where is it? It's not easy to get. But if you are familiar with this cover, this comes with 2 TIE Fighters.
Oh, yeah.
I was actually impressed. Well, it says they're Imperial TIE Fighters, plural. There's 2 in there. There's 2 in there. So I'm gonna do that next, and then after that, I'm gonna order some paint, and I'm gonna do the General Lee. So I feel like doing the General Lee. I feel like doing a car. Yeah, that's the display, flight display for the. Well,
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Maybe not, but I have that downstairs hanging off the ceiling.
Yeah. I know. I saw it before.
It needs
downstairs.
a stand. I don't know how to get stands. Stands are boring.
The stands are boring.
Because the stands that come with this kit is terrible. It's really flimsy. It'll break in half if you put the model on it. It's that flimsy.
I thought I built this thing one.
Yeah. Well, anyhow, let's move on to Randall.
Yes.
Randall, I'm going to screen share.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
I'm going to screen share your Typhoon.
Well done, Randall.
Yeah,
Oh,
congratulations.
he's got all shy now.
You got this to first place in the Ulster Aviation Society's Christmas contest. Do I have that right?
Yep, that's right. Yeah.
That is incredible.
We do it's a photographic and model competition, and I'm a useless photographer, so I just enter the model competition.
That's incredible. Look at the detail on that.
That's not yours. This is the. Let me find some more pictures. But what motivated you to build this one the way you did? Because you've got some cutaway portions.
Yeah, it's actually easier to build that kit with the panels exposed and the off and the engine exposed than it is to build it with the panels in place.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of seam work and stuff like that that we dealt with before you start losing the detail if you go down that route. So it's complex. It's a complex kit, but it's actually easier to build exposed than it is fully assembled. And and a quick sugar. That just broke a bit off.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's okay. It's only the step that the pilot uses to get up into the thing. It's like a stirrup.
Yeah, stirrup.
Yeah.
That is an awesome build.
That's big too.
Yeah.
What scale is it?
It's the one.
124.
24.
24 scale.
Mm-hmm.
I love the detail on the engine, Dando.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just...
And
Does the kit come like that, or did you kit match it like that?
no, it comes like that. Everything in the kit except for the instrument decals and the little pigtails that I have hanging off the rockets. They're the only things I added to it. Oh, and the paint and glue. Everything else comes with.
How strict are the rules on contests like this?
It has to be a model. It has to be aviation related. That's it. There's no categories or anything like that. There's no you could bring in something completely 100% structural, or something that's like mine, just completely 100% out of the box. Well, okay, 99% out of the box. And just enter the competition and see where it's. There's more than just modelers there. There was like, I don't know, about a dozen kits altogether, and about 30 people altogether in the place. So.
Oh, really?
A lot of non-modelers voting on it, and you just simply get a slip of paper and you put down the number of the kit. 1, 2, 3. Your favorite, your second favorite, your third favorite. They all get counted at the end, and I got lucky and came out number 1.
Very cool. Yeah, I think though, I think non-modelers would probably be the best judge because they got nothing invested other than being amazed by it. Wow. I got some screen share. I hope my computer will not hate me for this. All right. This is a progress picture of sorts. Let's get a little zoom in on the engine. And you're saying the kit came this detailed?
Yeah. Everything that you see in the engine came with the kit.
Okay. There are many different parts, or is this molded all together?
It's lots of different parts. There should be an earlier picture taken like months ago, and it has all the parts all laid out in that way with just the basic engine block sitting.
Right. It's just like in a car. There's a basic engine block, but there's not much detail to it. People put the cables on and other gadgetry on it that an engine would have. But you're saying that you can't necessarily scratch build to this.
There's not a lot left to scratch build. If you really, really wanted to go to town on it, you could add a lot of the electrical wiring and stuff like that, but that was too fine for fixed gold.
This is the kind of detail that amazes me. I tend to blend the paint together on one clump. And the landing gear put down never works for me. There's always one that's crooked and they're not symmetrical. But do you pre-paint? Obviously, you pre-paint and then you assemble.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How do you get around the problem of gluing the parts together once they are painted? How do you get around the problem of the paint puckering or having too much glue on it?
Very carefully. I use a Tamiya extra thin cement, and the wee applicator brush in it is very thin to begin with. So I just make sure that the only the bits that need to glue are being scraped off. Obviously, basic modeling stuff. And then I would, if it does smudge the paintwork or anything like that, I would just retouch it with the same color later on with a fine brush.
Have you hand painted the whole thing?
Sorry, Jamie?
Did you hand paint the whole thing? You used air gun?
No, I used aerosol rattle cans for the camouflage and base colors for practically everything. But there's a lot of stuff in the gun bays is hand painted.
That's exactly what this is a very good picture. It's very clear. You can see even the bullets in the gun bay from whatever the holder. The bullets themselves, the casings are all painted the way they're supposed to be. It's just like so cool. But that's the thing that I have a problem with is I've learned to paint my parts first, a lot of the small parts, because it's easier to paint when you run the sprue, because it's already naturally being held. And then gluing them to their proper places, I might use too much glue, but I don't see little glue doing much help because it becomes very brittle if you don't press the parts together and let the two sides of the plastic fuse. It's just a coating of glue, which can be pretty brittle. That's the thing that I'm saying. And then you use a lot of glue to melt the plastic to join the two sides together. I've also realized that the best thing to do, well, it's not, I use the Tester's gel glue, the regular glue, and I put a thin film. I'm learning how to use it. You can use it very efficiently. Let the glue sit for maybe a minute on the plastic so it has a chance to melt the plastic, and then you apply it to then apply it. And it seems to work. But I don't see the liquid glue working the same way. You don't have a problem with that?
Not a great problem with it. As I say, the Tamiya extra thin stuff works really quick. It's practically the super glue of liquid cements, if you know what I mean. But I didn't have any problems with anything falling apart or breaking off with the glue, except for the start there and I. But if I really wanted, to reinforce the joint, I could use this here. The
super glue.
Yeah, super glue, and unfortunately that stuff doesn't really set as quick as you would like. So then I would use the zip kicker.
Sure. Yeah, the kicker.
But, instead of just spraying the zip kicker, I use this,
a dropper.
Eyedropper.
Yep. I have a little bottle like this. Of course, I keep trimming the tip off. I'm gonna have no tip, but this is how I use a kicker.
Oh yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah. So I need a new bottle because it came with a pretty long needle, but it keeps clogging, and the opening is so tiny that you can't stick something in there to unclog it. Maybe a human hair, but obviously that's not strong enough. Yeah, sometimes you got to use the super glue in some instances because it's the only thing that works well in small quantities.
Yeah, the zip kicker, I squeeze the practically every drop out of the eyedropper, and then there's usually just enough hanging on the end there, you know, to do the trick.
Mm-hmm.
And there was, funny enough, on that kit there weren't so many of the stress joints that I used super glue on, but there were ones that were very, very small joints, and I just needed to reinforce the glue on them. For instance, the covers for the ammunition bays here sort of have to they come in two pieces joined at the hinge line. So the hinge line itself didn't offer a great deal of surface, you know, for the ordinary cement to work. So on the underside of it, out of sight, as it were, I just filled it with super glue and ran the zip kicker on it, and that holds it in position. And if it smeared anything underneath it, you would need one of those fiber optic cameras to see it.
Yeah, I've even had some people tell me using toothpicks or even some copper wire to apply glues and kickers. You can use a lot of different stuff to be more specific to the place, and not use just the tip of the glue tube.
Yeah. So I apply the glue with toothpicks, whatever, until the glue builds up at the end. Then I just scrape it off, and then I've got another sharp point to apply the glue with.
Right. You can scrape it off, file it off, sand it off. There's a lot of things you can do to build up.
Yep.
Boy, you're running out of bookshelves there to put your models. Now that I'm seeing, I think you got to get rid of your books. Burn your books just so your models can sit there.
But the books are my inspiration.
Of course, I'm not advocating burning books, but come on.
they're all related to aviation, to Star Wars, Star Trek, everything. They're all my research material, as it were.
Well, you know, in the beginning of next year, I'm going to propose a build. What is it called? Outside your comfort zone build. Build a model kit that you haven't built ever. And for me, it would be a tank. So what would it be for you, Randall?
A car.
A car? Yeah, I think you should do the General Lee. With all the appropriate decals. I mean, because it don't mean nothing in the UK.
Yeah, true enough. The only thing is it's just getting as hard to get here as it would be in the States.
Well, okay. I have a kit for you, if you want. I'm not going to show it.
Here's an idea of build a sound chip in it that does
Yeah, that would be a good soundboard to have, for sure. But for you, it's a car. For me, it's a tank. And especially with all the paint and the weathering that a tank would have. I'm going to have to do some research on this, but I'm going to propose that later in January. But that was one of the things that I think that as a modeler we should expand our horizons, of course. Rest of the show, I want you to guys talk about where have you been in scale modeling, where you want to go next year, because it is the last show of 2015. We're going to resume on January 2nd. I hope everybody's over their hangovers from New Year's. But yeah, I mean, let's talk about stuff that we've done and stuff where we want to go. I'm going to pick on someone. Where did Heath go? Did I get him upset again? Oh. Anyway, Jamie, because you're doing a move. You're doing a move into a new place.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a new environment. Are you going to build anything different as to what is in your head? Like, for an example, going from a small room to a bigger room, you're going to build bigger models.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
For the question on the comfort build, I think I'd have to do an aeroplane.
An airplane.
Because I'm really good at it. And that they are as in what's happening next year, I've got my enterprise to complete. Do all the Aztec and that. I'm going to start work on the Monsters house in the new year. So that should be something different because I haven't really built a house before. But with Ken's help with his fantastic base, he's going to do me.
You know who you want to check out on the Munster on the did you say the Munsters house?
Yeah.
Oh.
You know about that base from what's name? They're out of stock, and I want something different. And if somebody's going to do me something different, it got to be Ken.
Mm-hmm. Have you heard of the TV show called Desperate Housewives with Ava Longoria?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah.
One of the houses in the neighborhood is the Munsters house. I'm not sure whose it is, which house it is, but the house appears on that show. Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's they just made a few changes, and it's now a Desperate Housewife house. And I found that trivia out a while ago, but yeah, there's a lot of research material available on the internet for the Munsters house. I think you'd be surprised.
Mockingbird.
I just think regarding the base, I mean, don't get me wrong, the one that's from Cult TV is base, but I just want something that's different from everybody else.
You know what would be kind of cool? Paint it like the TV, black and white.
Yeah. I'm not about the head. I'm about the actual, what's the base for it. You know, I'm always interested in having something different. Somebody can build something, and you know, I don't know what Ken's going to come up with, but I'm sure it's going to be enlightening.
So, Ken, what are you going to do new this coming year? Look at this. What's that?
That's one of the things for a Monster house that holds up the fence.
Oh, marvelous! Oh, that's wicked.
Wow.
One section of the front fence there now where the gate is.
8 of them.
Oh, that's brilliant, man.
That's going to be
As far as That's for the new year.
I have a wall.
Oh, you know what? Just eat more beans, fart some more, and you got more models.
As for the new year, I got a lot of kits to do for Larson Design.
Uh-huh.
I'm working on the 44-inch Eagle and the studio scale moon orbiter from UFO.
Uh-huh.
And we got more projects to do in the new year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I should get into more diorama type of stuff, like James did with the scooter. Something that's on a small little plaque, something that doesn't take that much room up, but at least do a little more diorama work, I think I'd do.
Yeah, and I got to finish up that Man from Atlantis diorama I'm doing there too, with the submarine base.
Uh-huh.
Oh, cool.
No.
I'm surprised you've never built the Enterprise, Ken.
I got 3 or 4 kits there, but I haven't got a bill.
No, I'm not on about a kit. I'm on about a surprise.
Stretch band, no.
Oh, Enterprise.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, James?
What have I got planned?
Yes.
I want to do an armor piece again, for one thing. I also want to do a figure. Whether I'm going to do a resin figure or I'm going to do a paper figure, I'm not quite sure yet, but I'm going to do a figure next year. I also want to do an architectural model of some sort.
Oh, uh-huh. But you did show us on a private hangout, there is such a thing as 1-to-1 scale paper figures.
Yes, there are.
That would be an interesting undertaking.
Yeah, that's a big one to take. I mean, the biggest one I built a 3-foot one once.
Oh,
but,
well, you did the Gundam thing. That was a pretty tall one.
Yeah, that was about 15 inches tall.
15? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. But I think 5'10", Xena, the what do you call it, warrior?
Yeah.
The Bubular warrior. Yes, that would be. But you did show something that was more anime. So that's
yeah, it was more. It's actually from a game. It's actually from it's actually a game character.
That would be. I don't know. That would become a fire hazard, don't you think?
The other problem is where the heck do you put it? She's going to occupy a whole corner by herself, I would think.
You can have that greeting people into your apartment.
Oh, yeah. I might create some other issues, but yeah.
Right. You gotta. I don't know. I'm thinking also too. One of my goals for the community is have I don't know. There's just so many things that with this name change that just opened up, and I'm just not sure where I want to go with this.
Yeah.
But I think we'll just wait and see as to what I can dream up. But I'd like to do something that will be getting more and more people involved in a scale modeling hobby. Perhaps even sponsoring build and takes, if that what that means.
Yeah, something that could be interesting. I think it's been done before, but I don't think we haven't done it. Is to pick one subject and that everyone has to build something in that same subject.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Everything has to build a piece of something. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Going on that thing, I was thinking of. I was watching something the other day. Do you know this idea where all these singers get together, they can do hundreds of people in choirs doing songs, and they put them on little boxes, and they all come together to be one choir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking. I was kind of thinking on those sort of lines. Wouldn't it be fun if we could pick a model kit, and then each of us get that model kit, and depends how many people there are, each of us do a part of that model kit, and then when we come to put it together, each of us put it up to the screen, and we put the model kit together. One model kit on screen in how many boxes.
Something similar was done quite a few years ago. Guys have followed it, but they had this model kit, and you were limited to only build so many pieces of it, and then you would mail it off to the next person in the list, and they would build so many pieces of the model, and then it would just keep moving along from people to expand and building this same model.
Okay, that's a model build.
This idea,
the world of an Airfix kit.
The piece that you've done here, and then that was pre-framed in a section photograph, and the next person would show their piece, and then these pieces would all come together to make this one model.
Yeah.
Well, I think what would be interesting would be Gundam. Actually, would be an easy one to do like that, because it's all those different pieces, and everybody would have to scratch build it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We'll just so just draw plans, and and then you can do Photoshop and put the model together. It'll be like a mosaic. It'll be like a mosaic, and you have your own part. Yeah, or even a kit. A Gundam kit would be everybody bought it and just built the one piece.
Yeah.
Somebody builds an arm, somebody builds a head, but somebody builds a leg.
Yeah, well, they're readily available. I mean, everybody could get the same kit, so it wouldn't be that difficult to get.
No, it wouldn't be. No, it wouldn't be. I think that would be kind of cool. That's something to consider. Something to consider. I'll do some research on that. That's a good idea. Let me write that down. Pen. Okay.
I was once talking to a friend of mine, and his kid had a Gundam kit, and he built it, and he also had a transformer that turned into a truck. And I asked him, I said, which was easier to build, the Gundam kit or transforming the transformer? And he said, building the Gundam kit. Because have you ever seen those models of transformers where they're a vehicle, you have to try and turn them into a robot?
Yeah.
It's mind-blowingly hard to do for some reason.
Well, there's a lot of things, and then there's that your comfort zone. How about I mean, it has to be something that isn't like very specific, like Star Trek, or armor, or a car, or automobile. It'd have to be like figures, maybe figure painting.
Yeah.
Or something like the Mad Max build of course, the vehicles can be bashed together. You can do airplanes and cars bashed together. You can do a lot of different things. That should be bashing. I do have a kit that I still got to build my Mad Max yet. I haven't done that yet, but I will. I don't. Something that has to do with the movies that would include everybody in the community. That wouldn't be necessarily, genre specific.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the kinds of things I think would be of interest anyhow, because we've done that in the past. And also, there was somebody that mentioned something from the distant past, and I'm not sure it's a doable idea. Maybe I'll run it by you guys. That's to do a charity build. And I've been looking for ways to be able to sell the thing for charity. And the only way I can think of doing it is through eBay, because eBay you can put up the items to say that it's for a specific charity.
Mm-hmm.
Because the charity build from the old days never came to fruition. I think that would be something to do. But I think the one thing that came to mind, and it's actually Dirk's fault, he's building a breast cancer enterprise. He's getting an 18-inch kit, and he's painting it pink. And I think that would be one thing we can do is a charity build for pink models. Every model will look like Pepto-Bismol. But I think, though, pink is a difficult color. I don't know about how you guys think of it. I think pink is a difficult color to find in models. Not many models are pink, but I think that would be a challenge to see how many people can come up with a pink model and do it like for breast cancer research and whatever. I don't know when the Susan Komen thing is. I think it's during the spring for us. I'm not sure what it is in around the world, but I'm sure it's everywhere in Canada. I'm sure there is that in the UK too. Am I right? Is there like?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I think that would be a good idea to do. And I'm really being specific because, quite frankly, there's not many women in this hobby, and it would be nice to see some young ladies join us because, like Christina, who I've seen quite frequently in the past, and not very frequently in the recent past, but not much in the past. But she's been on holiday here in the States, and she thinks New Jersey is a spacious place. And of course, but the UK is probably all cramped in comparison, but New Jersey, by American standards, is cramped. But she's sweet, and she bought some kits, and she's going to take them back, and she might build them. But anyhow, it would be of interest to draw attention from women, and I think the only way to do that is one of the ways to do that is to do the pink models. And that was well, Dirk is almost completed with his enterprise, and I think I'll probably do a fighter jet that's pink because. Again, it's like fighting cancer. That's be my relation. That's how I'm thinking of it. What do you think? What do you guys think? That'd be a good idea to do in the spring?
Yeah,
it's an idea.
Any model.
Okay. Spring it is. Pink. And I'm going to perhaps open up a account at eBay so that it would be more the account with Amazing Scale Modelers where it'll be sold. That's the only place I can really think of that makes any sense to do. And I think you can do it for cancer research, but whatever else the account gets will be donated to, of course. We'll see what happens. Basically, this is new territory, and I hope you guys are patient and even participate in getting this together. And I'll probably buy someone's model. I'll probably get in a bidding war with someone because it's all for a good cause. Anyhow, so there's all these things that what we can do in the future, and all ideas. Just send it to me or talk amongst yourselves about it. Anybody watching this, this is going to be a very brilliant year for the community. And I want everybody to at least participate in some way because that's what community is about. It's about what you can do for the bigger whole. and not for anybody specific, but for the better benefit of everybody. And this is what I had strived very hard to do, to create a community where we can all exchange ideas. And sometimes we don't even talk about models. We talk about politics and economics and social problems that we have in the world. And I'm pretty surprised how well versed scale modelers are in today's issues. But of course, that's done privately. And publicly, we want to support each other. We want to help each other's modeling because we are passionate about this hobby. And I think this hobby should live beyond my years, of course, or at least I hope. But that's what I've tried to do, is to create a community where everyone can join in and find out new things, new techniques, and new ways of looking at your hobby, and be very supportive of each other. And of course, the other aspect of community is to participate in a way that you would not normally participate in your own life, because I really feel strongly about this community, and I hope you guys do too. So if you want to see some of the past Hangouts, there's only one. It's this one. Go to my YouTube channel at Scratch and Jack, and subscribe and like, and perhaps watch it over again, because there's a lot of good things that happened today. Because I mean, and that's Randall's fault, because he just won something brilliant. And thanks, Randall, for joining us today. And it's good seeing you. I haven't seen you in a bit, and I see that you've been very fruitful with your modeling. You even won an award or some sort of contest. Excellent.
Oh, thank you.
And hope to see more from you. But now, can you make one of those models pink?
Well, they did fly a pink Spitfire during the war. It was a photo reconnaissance one.
That would be cool. And Ken, thank you for joining us, because you're also awesome. And every time you post something, everybody's all like, you know, like excited to see what you have to offer. Thank you. And can you now do a scratch build of like the Galactica, like 6 feet long, and that's all pink? A lot of pink paint. I'm not sure where you're going to find that. And Jamie, good luck with your move. Good luck with your move. Looking forward to seeing the new place and seeing your builds from there. And you know, you got to do something about the sea view behind you, because it looks like it's going uphill.
On the table, Jack.
And of course, thanks, James, for joining us. And you're great. You've been such a big supporter. You've been such a big moral support, and I really, really appreciate it. And we'll be seeing more from you in the future. And of course, Bob, thank you for joining us. And for anyone else who's a regular, has joined us in the past and will join us in the future, thank you. This is about what you can do. This is not about Jack. This is all about you guys. And this is Scratch and Jack for the last time for 2015. Signing off, and next year we'll have more amazing scale modelers, and go from there. And thank you, and good day.
Good day.